everybody. Got some carrot chips. Alright. As of yesterday, my dad has left to go get my sister from Chicago or Texas, I forgot. But so basically, I have a whole week in the house to myself, so I can scream all I want. Ain't that just fantastic? Let me just put out the link. I always like this main menu thing. Sorry, we'll start in just a minute. Anyway, okay. Shall we begin? Load. Save load. Okay, here we go. It's past midnight. At 8 o'clock, the two of us silently ate cup noodles and warm bananas. Daru said he didn't want any, and ever since then, we've been examining the phone wave names to change. I've mainly focused on the terminal mode settings through the X68000. The programs are all wizard class though, so I can't understand most of them. Gracie has been examining the AC adapter and the lab's electrical switchboard for a while, though we stopped her when she tried to disassemble them. It's early morning and she still shows no sign of leaving. Where is she staying anyway? She's been in Japan for 1 or 2 months, and she did say she's going back to America this month. The trains aren't running this late, so I guess she might not be able to leave even if she wants to. But in that case, why did she leave before the train stopped? Don't tell me she plans to stay! No girls have ever stayed over at the lab. Miri has a curfew, so she always goes back home to Ikebukuro. Daru and I freaking stay here, though. It's not an exaggeration to say we live here half the time. Maybe it's normal for American girls to stay overnight in labs. Christina, is it okay to stay here this late? Perhaps you should contact your family. No need. Do your parents let you do whatever you want? He just turns to me and sighs. I haven't seen my father in 7 years. My mother's in America. I'm living in a hotel right now. Understand? What? What? Living in a hotel? Well, sure, renting an apartment for just a month is absurd, but... You damn celebrity! If you're American, then you should at least use a motel instead of a hotel, right? Are there motels in fucking Japan? I'm not American, and there aren't any motels in the heart of Tokyo. What sort of hotel? What do you mean? It's a normal hotel in Ochanomizu. Ochanomizu? You can walk there from here, can't you? Sure. I see. That's why she's so flexible with her schedule. I finally understand. So, tell me about your father. Sorry? You said you haven't seen him in 7 years. Why do you care about my father? You're the one who mentioned him. Isn't that basically a hidden message saying, please give me some advice about my father, please? You're crazy. You're my assistant, and I can't let my assistant have any worries, so tell me everything that's on your mind. I mean, as much of an asshole as an asshole way you put it, he is being a bit sincere, so I mean. He just pouts and says no more. Instead, she glares at the circuit box on the wall. What's wrong? I have nothing to say to you. Oh, I know! Your father's a hero, but then he fell to evil, and now he wears a black mask and cape and goes, hey, cool, right? And in the future, you two are destined to fight and... I think I heard Casey's teeth grind. You're really mad at me, aren't you? Don't make fun. Casey doesn't look me in the eye, but her low voice tells me how mad she is. Of people with family issues like that, you're trampling on my heart. You should apologize, dude. Could a father's situation be a landmine? Maybe I should apologize. Try to think of the words before I can say anything. Hell yeah! Dara's war cry echoes through the lab. Did you get it? Mission complete. Zara shows his white teeth in a wide grin as he gives a thumbs up. I got the server admin's ID and password. Now we can peep as much as we want. Yo-ho! What the fuck? And the IBM 5100 database? That's separate. The server admin's unrelated. I mean, it's a database with normal unreadable codes. There's a limit on who can access it. Doesn't look like even the lab director can access it. There are positions higher than that? There's something called the CERN Executive Council. So they call it a council, eh? What about it? It's a fitting name for our enemy. Nisa looks at me coldly. Whatever, let's leave the IBM 51 database for another day. We're gonna search for data on time travel research. Okie dokie. That Z program last time was suspicious, wasn't it? That and the Jellyman's report. We couldn't get concrete information on either before. There's holes into the monitor. English patient has disappeared. Look carefully and burn it into your eyes. The proof of CERN's actions is deceit upon the world. Oh yeah, baby, found the LHC project supervisor. The supervisor? That's a pretty important post. Right now, we're peeking inside his computer. Z program. Z obviously stands for jelly. Z obviously stands for Jerry, which is Zeddy, I guess, in Japan. Cause I know milk is milaku. Like sometimes words in Japanese are basically just like, I would call them more over-exaggerated and ridiculous versions. From my perspective. Obviously, that's their word. They're their words. That's how they say them. But, like, it's just hard to, like, it's easy to find out which words mean what at some points. Jelly starts with a J. Starts with J. J-E-L-L-Y. Careless mistake. So uncool. What I meant to say is that there's no way it would have such a simple name. The name's hiding something important. There has to be a double meaning. Daru, who's been searching through the log, suddenly stops. Got it. He's raised a graphic on the monitor. Looks like a scan of a very old paper document. The letter reads Z program, top secret. The program began in 1973. When was CERN formed? 1954. As Daru Bokisi said, her tone flat. I thought that maybe CERN was formed with a Z program in mind, but 54 means my guess was off. When was the IBM 5100 put on the market? 1975. So there was a point in which they wouldn't have had the time that to hide it with code. So that's why the IBM 5100 was central to CERN's operations. Hello. Hi, kitty. You wanna come up? Come on up. There you go. It's my kitty! Oh, he's a good boy. He smells like cat food. Because he's a cat. Hi, Minnie! Come on! Come in! My cat. Minnie the cat doesn't like me. I don't know why. Like, it started with my mother. She liked my mother. She liked being with my mother. But when my mom passed away, she moved on to my sister. Then my sister went away to, like, college. She went to my father. And now that my father is away for, like, a week, she's just going to be hating on me. And I'm hoping eventually, probably the last day she's alive, it's probably going to be the last day she's alive. She's just going to come to my room, lay down next to me, and die. Which will be the saddest thing ever. But it means that she doesn't hate me. Isn't that right, Minnie? Yeah, I do need to... Hold on, I need to turn off the sink. Sorry if you guys can hear that. That's my cat. My cat has nasal problems. Don't worry about it. He's a good kitty. The year's match, after all. No, that's wrong. It can't be something as stupidly simple as that. There has to be a worldwide conspiracy involved. Maybe IBM hid the proprietary programming language in the IBM 5100 for the sole purpose of its use in CERN's Z program. IBM and CERN are co-conspirators. And both of them are being manipulated from the shadows by an even larger organization. Yeah, that's way more interesting. Good JPEG? Come on, I can't copy-paste this. Daru mutters some complaint. The text isn't in French. What's on screen now? It looks like English. Actually, there's French, Dutch, and German versions too. The content looks the same though. CERN's purpose behind heading into the 21st century should be to establish control over space and time, thereby to enable the destruction of extant history and the creation of an everlasting utopia. Ruled by the committee that encompasses the entirety of past and future events. Curiously suddenly starts speaking a stilted clip. Oh right, Maki says she can do English. There you go, assistant. Your study abroad in America was all for the sake of today, wasn't it? Of course not. Stop assigning people roles in your fantasy world. Daru is just a chair, allowing Casey to sit in front of the computer. Alright. In order to maintain this project's secrecy and to allow its name to remain relevant in changing circumstances, we designated the C program. Z, like the Greek Omega or the Cyrillic Ya. It's forbidden to assign any meaning to this name or to seek in its significance beyond the project itself. Negative returns are predicted should this edict be violated. The Z program is a top-secret project spanning international borders, like electromagnetic wave research. It has been approved for top-priority funding by the Committee of 300. Henceforth, all of the research performed by CERN shall function to keep the Z program's existence secret. I guess Creasy's reading the preface. I guess Creasy's reading the preface to the document. It's getting rather dull. Is there anything specific about what happened? What exactly the Z program is? Or touch on the keyboard from the side. Bring up another window. Ah, here. This can't be. Yusuf bends forward and stares wide-eyed at the words on the screen. What is it? Whereas the Z program is to perform time-space displacement experiments by means of high-energy proton collisions. Time-space displacement experiments. In other words, time travel. I have to struggle to keep from shouting. Quickly run over to the window and close it. Might make it hot inside, but it would be worse if people outside overheard us. No way. It was true? You telling me they've been deceiving the world for nearly 40 years? Just as I suspected, a great shadow lurks behind CERN. Most likely the organization, or one of its puppets. Our organization, you Chunibu nutjob? At least try to be serious some of the time. Chunibu? Don't be ridiculous. My words are always grounded in truth. Anyway, shouldn't it be the committee instead of the organization? That's what it says here. The Committee 300? I don't think they mean CERN's Executive Council. What are they talking about? The world is full of lies. It's not as beautiful as you think. Listen, Okurin. I am listening. The Committee 300 is the dark power that controls every secret society, every government, every multinational corporation. You're making things up again. It's the truth. Google it if you don't believe me. Until now, the human race, for all its accomplishments, has never been able to overcome the barrier called time. The technology of time travel, which can break through that barrier, will change the course of human history. Literally. As it was when we split the atom, this forbidden fruit has the potential to grant us godlike power. Not a man exists who can resist its temptation. And naturally, all those with power will use any means at their disposal to obtain it. Human morality... Oh, hey, John. Welcome back to the stream. Hope you enjoy yourself. Human morality is not but a joke to those who would stand with the gods. Understand, Christina? Wow, that was quite a speech. Since you seem to know so much about it, does that mean you're aiming for godhood too? What? That desires is the destruction of all who would call themselves gods, because of their hateful system, and a glorious new age of chaos. Maybe right now is the time not to be silly, Rintaro. This is serious. I'm not asking Huhuin. I'm asking Okabe. I am Huhuin. In other words, you don't have your own reason. Damn, assistant, how dare you attack my very identity? Forget about him, Mikishishi. Please keep reading. Dar, what do you mean forget about me? I'm tired of listening to conspiracy theories. I'm more interested in the Z program than in your delusions. I told you, they're not delusions, and they're not theories. But Dara does have a point. Our top priority now is to expose the dark side of the international organization known as CERN. Continue, assistant. At least show respect when you're asking a favor. Though huffing out complaints, Kirisi obediently goes back to translating. Stage 1. Construction and implementation of the Large Hadron Collider. Over the past half-century, beginning with the protons... fucking science words. Proton synchrotron, completed in 1959, particle accelerator technology has reached the point where standardized results may be obtained. Stage 2. Implementation and testing of lifter technology. The formation of more than 2 artificial localized singularities, as well as the formation of Kerr black holes, will become possible when this stage is complete. In order to hide the program's true goal, it is necessary to intentionally leak misinformation regarding the formation of black holes. Stage 3, animal experimentation. Stage 4, he stops talking, shakes a deep breath, and finally mutters angrily. Human experimentation. For real? A chill runs up my spine. I admit it, some parts of me still saw this as a game. I was elated to discover that an institution as respected as CERN was actually doing time travel research. After all, we ourselves had succeeded, whether by chance or design, in producing our own time travel phenomenon. I thought that maybe we could beat CERN to the first functional time machine design. Wouldn't that be something? But now, just like I said to Kurisu, the world is full of lies. Morals are meaningless. Was it really okay for us to get involved in this? Hey, Okran. Remember when you hacked him before? I'm pretty sure that email we read said this. Results. Error. Human is dead. Mismatch. For details, see the Jellyman's report. Someone died? Could that have something to do with human experimentation? My throat goes dry. Cold sweat seeps through my brow, and it's not because of the heat. Hisu and Dara are waiting for me to speak. Are they entrusting this decision to me? I ask myself, is this really okay? Are you sure? There's no turning back. True. But can I live with myself if I ignore this conspiracy? Daru, look up the Jellyman's report. Really? Really. But first, Christina. Eh? You should leave. Why are you suddenly... Jellyman's report. It just gives me bad feelings. Once you see it, we can no longer return to our normal lives. You're a genius. You're already published, for crying out loud. There's no need to throw away your promising future. Are you worried about me? Of course I am. You're my assistant, after all. I keep telling you, I'm not your assistant. Thanks for your concern, but I'm not leaving. We need to expose this truth to the world. No, it's too dangerous! You chickening out? We're powerless against this conspiracy. One wrong move and they'll have us erased. But still, this isn't a game. I'm not joking here. Fine, I won't tell anyone. Next session shows she still doesn't agree. She finally submits. But I'm not leaving. It'll keep me awake at night. You won't regret this? I won't, she declares firmly. I don't know if it's her competitive spirit, or if it's her bravery, or if she's just ignorant to the ways of the world, but it doesn't look like I can persuade her to back down. What about you, Daru? Prepared? Well, I am a super hacker. He's comfortable even in this situation. And with my skills, they'll never know we were there. That settles it. It's good that Mary's not here. I can't get her involved. I look Daru and Kurisu in the eye. Alright. Let's begin. Kurisu gives the seat to Daru. Henceforth, this shall be known as Operation Higyorn's Chest. Why Norse mythology? Because it's cool. It's fucking rad. Is that Norse mythology? Because it's cool, I guess. Anyway, what is it with men in military terms? Daru, begin the operation! He soon finds a Jellyman report. It required a second pass authentication, with Daru broke through easily. Ready? I'm opening it. I'm just gonna go ahead and do a quick... Oh no, don't do that. Don't do that! Let's use this as a way to just look at... Let's use this as a break to look at tips. Crunchy-kun. A brand of popsicle popular throughout Japan. In addition to the standard soda flavor, over 50 varieties are sold, including cola, grape, and limited promotional flavors. Win may be written on one of the parts stick. A winning stick earns a free popsicle. Chances of winning are rumored to be around 2%. A wizard is an insanely skilled hacker. Give me 300. The Unseen Masters. Secret organization rumored to manipulate the world behind the scenes. Some believe that this many secret societies spoken of conspiracy theorists are all merely puppets of the Community 300. One theory states the Community Hunter's ultimate goal is to establish a one-world government. With the exception of elites, the world population will be reduced to 1 billion, and that remaining 1 billion will be enslaved. At the... Who there? Oh, it's Mr. Sports from VR chat. He is streaming. I'm going to use a charger phone. Alright. Let's see. A collider. It's a device that accelerates charged particles in order to research the reactions that result when such particles collide. The type of particle accelerator also determines the name of the equipment. In recent years, most high-energy accelerators have been synchrotrons, ring types. Ring-type accelerators are very expensive to build, but they can perform the most effective experiments. The reason for the ring shape is that charged particles can be sent through the electromagnetic field to bend their trajectory through the Lorentz force. The world's largest synchrotron. Isn't there like, is there more? World signatures other than CERNs are located in the US, UK, and Japan. Gotta go back to tips. Shit, I missed one. There's one I missed. I think it was L. It was Lakers' chest. In Norse mythology, the gigantic chest protected by 9 locks that contains the cursed sword Leviathan, which is Leviathan. Which one? I wonder if the Leviathan axe from God of War has anything to do with that. Okay, let us quick save and do a regular save. Let us begin. Darkness me increase you. I wet my parched lips and nod. The air in the air suddenly seems slicker. Unable to escape through the closed window, it surrounds us with an oppressive heat. Trevor wraps the sweat off his forehead with a handkerchief, then timidly presses the enter key. The file opens. At first glance, it looks like a resume. There's a photograph on the top right. The top left has a name, age, weight, height, and other information. Oh, that's the person that died, isn't it? In the center is a long string of English text. Underneath that, there's something attached, like a scan of a newspaper clipping with a black and white photo. And then I know. I know exactly what the Jellyman and Jellyman's report means. Oh, no. Person got jellified, man. Jellyman's report 10. Names, subject, James McCarthy, age 31, American. Z program stage 4, date of experiment 2005-01-28, T13-05. QC bends over Dorso, reading the contents out loud. Results, error, human is dead, mismatch. That again. It is believed that due to infinite compression by supergravity, the subject could not endure passage through the singularity inside the Kerr black hole. April 3rd, 1921, New York City. An unidentified man was discovered dead in an alley off Union Square. The right half of his body was embedded in a nearby wall. It sounds like Creasy's reading a newspaper article at the end. The man's body was completely jellified. Chapter 3, Butterfly Effects Divergence. Well, we finally got caught up with the Kaneko podcast. Let me use this moment to write something down so that I have something later for the podcast, which is on June 16th. Let's see. I have to go back and look through the streams I've done. Just putting in a Google Doc of this, because I want to have things to talk about. Alright, let's get back to it. I don't know how long we'll take. I might just go a little bit longer before ending it. I don't know. The ticking of the clock is like a hammer inside my head. How long have I been streaming for anyway? Probably not that long, has it? I've been streaming for 30 minutes. And the clock is like a hammer inside my head. It's past 2 a.m. The window is closed and the lab is silent, but for the humming of the computer. We stare at the gruesome image displayed on the monitor, speechless. I was right. We're in too deep. I half expect guys in black suits and sunglasses to kick down the door and drag us off to a secret military prison. Better make sure the door's locked. What's going on here? There responds with a disbelieving whisper. They jellified someone? Upon hearing the familiar word jellified, I reflexively look at the bunch of bananas placed next to the computer. There's only one banana left. We didn't have a single successful experiment today, so none of them were jellified. But I don't think this is a mere coincidence. Jellified bananas produced by the phone wave name exchange, and jellified corpses produced by certain experiments. They seem identical in nature. They're experimenting on people. I had a lot of videos because of when I was younger. I just kept on. I uploaded uploaded every day. Now I'm just streaming. I prefer it over making videos because holy shit, it's so much easier just to stream and put it and have it stream onto YouTube. She curiously speaks calmly despite her grim expression. She doesn't even avert her eyes from the gruesome image. And this means they've created a time machine, doesn't it? Even if it's not perfect. I'm still in shock, so I don't quite grasp the meaning of Reese's words. This New York Times article is from 1921. 90 years ago. Look. Lisa points to the top part of the white photograph, her finger shaking slightly. Just like a corpse of a man, she pointed to his shoulder, which has writing on it. Perhaps it was printed on his clothes. It's fused onto the jellified body, but you can somehow manage to read it. His clothes were jellified onto him. CERN. So, CERN used LHC to set someone back to 1921? Looks like they failed to keep him alive, though. Is this the only report? No, there's more. Looks like 14 people in total. More jellymen? That means more jellified people, more victims of human experimentation. I swallow hard. I'm awfully thirsty. Take a cold Dr. P out of the fridge and wet my throat. Show me the others. There opens up another report. Without being told to, Creasy begins translating out loud. Jellyman's report. Subject Dan Straysky, age 26, Canadian. See program 4, date of experiment 2004-96, T1410. Results, error, human is dead, mismatch. Newspaper clipping? I think it's French. I can't read it. You can read the date though, January 31st, 2001. The location is Pau, France, I guess. 2001, that's fairly recent. Pretty big difference from James McCarthy, who jumped nearly 90 years back to 1921. The article calls up machine translation, giving us the following. January 31st, 2001. Collapsed male corpse discovered. Collapsed male corpse discovered in forest outside Pau, France. Its left foot was fused to a tree trunk, and the body had jellified. There goes to the next report. This is just fucking disturbing now, man. Jellyman's Report 8. Subject, Linda Hill, age 25, British. City Program 4, date of experiment 2004-215, T1345. Results, error, human is dead, mismatch. October 2nd, 1972. Jellified body of a woman was discovered on the streets of Dharmapuri in Tamil Nadu, India. There were signs that the body had been run over by a car. The Now it goes to the next page. Dailyman's Report 7. Subject Michael Lang, age 33, German. John, right now's not the time to ask if I played Five Nights at Freddy's, and no, I haven't. I don't want to. C Program 4, Date of Experiment 2002, 10-8, T1328. Results, error, human is dead, mismatch. My clipping is written in Japanese. Looks like a pre-war newspaper. The corpse of what is believed to be a jellified human was discovered at the base of Mount Hiei in Kyoto. It was in a damaged state, possibly from having slid down the slope. It even happened in Japan. Never heard of this story before. It was pre-war though, so I guess someone born in the 90s like me would have no way of knowing about it. Next page. Picture shows a beach, beautiful before the jellyfish-like body lying on the sand. It must have been washed ashore. Dailyman's Report 6. Subject Mark Hughes, age 30, American. Z Program 4, Date of Experiment 2002, 823, T1252. Result, error, human is dead, mismatch. On July 1st, 1985, a strange body washed ashore on the coast of Streymoy, Faroe Islands. It appeared to be the body of an adult male, but its flesh was soft like that of a jellyfish. Some of the island's inhabitants believed that it was the body of a merman. The inscription, CERN, was found near the body's shoulder, but CERN denies any involvement. That's like the... Really, at that, I'd go like, wow, that's shit. CERN totally had some involvement. Why wouldn't they have involvement if their name wasn't printed on their fucking chest? Keep looking. I've seen enough. There are 14 of these people? The sites are spread throughout the world. What can we deduce from this? They must have sent them to those places. I don't think so. It's too random. There was something about curved black holes and gravity, right? Isn't that the cause? It is believed that due to infinite compression by supergravity, the subject cannot endure passage through the curved black hole singularity. That's what it said. What's a curved black hole? Is it different from a regular black hole? It's a theoretical black hole with a rotating singularity. Their existence hasn't been proven yet. Not that there's any way to prove one exists. Curved black hole. Where have I heard that term before? That's right. John Titor. John Titor said his time machine used curved black holes. According to Titor, CERN finished their time machine in 2034, and then Titor himself came from 2036. It makes sense for Titor and CERN to be using the same time travel technology. Curiously closes her eyes in deep thought. Creating curved black holes? That's insane. If you screw up, it could swallow the Earth. And besides, curved black holes are just a theoretical construct. If Titor's predictions are a reality, then that means the LHC worst case scenario video on YouTube was right. I don't know about Titor predictions, but I've seen the problem video before. It was on the news 2 or 3 years ago. The gravitational forces inside a black hole are unbelievably powerful. It's certainly possible that passing through them could allow time displacement, but there's no way a human could do that and come out alive. That must be how these people get jellified. It wouldn't just jellify you, it would tear you particle from particle. That's what a black hole does. Before we discuss this, shouldn't we look through the rest of their time machine research? There's already started pulling up new documents. I'm suddenly afraid. Is it okay to keep hacking CERN like this? Should I stop him? I'm the one who asked him to do it, but things have gotten serious now. At the same time, irresistible curiosity wells up inside of me. Time travel is becoming a reality. I want to know that it's true. I can't stop now. Here we go. There's a file in Z program that explains time travel theory. That was pretty easy to find. CERN should have better security. The security's fine. I'm just too good. Dar is my favorite right arm. Thought he was a super hacker. Hacker! So what does this say, Christina? This is in English too, so I have no choice but to rely on my assistant. Can you give me some time to read it? Curious' eyes dart left and right across the lines. Her earlier reluctance has vanished. It looks like she's as curious as I am. No way. But this is... Is Tito really... What are you muttering about? Tell me what it says. Oh, right. You know, this feels like one big joke. What do you mean? It's almost the same as Tito's theory. Basically, the HC smashes protons together at 99.999991% the speed of light. By doing so, they compress a massive, whatever, math bullshit into an extremely tiny space, 10 to the power of -1, whatever that is. In Japanese, please. 3 lines max. A small mass, thrust into a narrow space, with great force. That explanation's too vague. That explanation's too erotic. Huh? What part of it's erotic? Ah! Cheetah, you pervert! Sounds like you have a pretty good imagination yourself. Not like you! Her Russian cheeks make her denial less than effective. Don't listen to this, Fukushima. Continue. What were we talking about? Thrusting with motherfucker! Thrusting with great force. Proton compression. Right. Successful compression generates a microsingularity, which... A microsingularity? Not a mini black hole? Same thing, essentially. Singularity is the core of a black hole. This process generates a black hole with 2 microsingularities. A black hole with 2 cores? Like a cowlick with 2 hairs? No, I don't think that's it. Explain with cute girls. Fine. Say there are 2 cute girls. Mi-chan and Kro-chan. Micro. Sisters are moe. By feeding Mi-chan and Kro-chan's electrons, you can make them do whatever you want. Electric shock torture. That's some sort of a rouge? So you force them to rotate at an extremely high velocity. And then, theoretically, Mi-chan and Kro-chan transforms into magical girl ring singularity. Cue stock transformation scene. Got it. Well, it looks like these two have found a common wavelength. The resulting black hole exhibits what's called the Kerr effect. What are Kerr black holes anyway? You said they spin, but what does that mean? Exactly what it sounds like. But don't black holes usually spin? I mean, there's a whirlpool around the hole, right? The part that looks like it's spinning is just the surrounding matter being sucked into a black hole. A black hole is just a point where extreme mass causes gravitational collapse. Everything falls towards it. Since it's only a point, it doesn't spin. A Kerr black hole has a ring at its center, not a point. Think of it like this. Once transformed into magical girls, Mi-chan and Kro-chan's hearts spin like a ring inside their bodies, which is impossible for normal people. I'll pass on the Guru. Before you said that a black hole's existence would be impossible to prove. What did you mean? A black hole has what's called an event horizon. Isn't that like a horror movie? A very disturbing horror movie? Once you pass the event horizon, time and space switches place. Time and space switches places. Right now, we can move freely through space and into the future, but we can't move even 1 minute into the past. That becomes reversed. On the other side of the event horizon, moving freely through space becomes impossible, while moving freely through time becomes possible. So you can't move, but you move through time. Can't even imagine what that's like. Since unrestricted spatial movement is impossible, you can never escape a black hole. For example, if Okabe jumped into a black hole, time for him would stretch to infinity. Since light cannot escape, human eyes cannot see the other side of the event horizon. Observing a black hole from the outside is impossible, so nothing about the inside can be proven. There is an exception, however. The exception is vital when you use a curved black hole for time travel. Get to the point. The curved black hole singularity. Since it's spinning, it has angular momentum. Like I said in Japanese, please. Didn't I already explain how the core spins? Just think of that as having momentum. If you keep giving mixed and encouraging electrons, they'll rotate faster and faster. And when their angular momentum exceeds a certain threshold, the event horizon will disappear and the singularity will become a naked singularity. Don't you fucking dare! Naked? You mean the magical girl costume exposed a lot of skin, right? When does the anime adaptation air? Kishan ignored Daru's nonsense. Naked, you mean it becomes observable. When the event horizon disappears, there's no more reason for time and space to change places, meaning that you can enter a naked singularity without being trapped. And then the existence of the naked singularity allows the principle of causality to be violated and the general theory of relativity to fail. Laws of physics are broken. Can such a thing exist? The negation of the theory of relativity and the principle of causality means serious paradoxes can occur. Didn't Kirisha say that earlier? Nothing in principle stops curved black holes from existing. It seems inconsistent, but the math never lies. Since the principle of causality fails, it would be possible to travel to the past by entering a naked singularity. John Teeter said the same thing, so Teeter's time machine is using CERN's technology. But Teeter's time machine was compact, small enough to fit into a car. The LHC is 27 kilometers long, but they managed to get it down to travel size in just 24 years. One thing I don't understand is how they inject electrons into the singularity. Look, this is a picture of the LHC, but there's strange equipment installed at the proton collision site. It looks like they call it a lifter, but just what is it? Daru, have you heard of it? Lifter. I think I sold that in the Z program files. Want to Google it? Daru opens the browser and enters lifter into a search engine. You've got hits! About 420,000 results. That many? I guess it's not a secret. Could this be it? Ionocraft? Ions are charged particles. That means that the meaning matches. We click on a link that says Ionocraft Lifter. It takes us to a video. It looks like some dim garage. It's on YouTube! But it doesn't seem like anything secretive, just a garage like you'd see in an average American home. At the center of the screen is a triangular shape made of some kind of metal. It looks about 10 centimeters high and about 30 centimeters wide. It's connected to some sort of generator by a thin wire. Looks like some really cheap equipment. That's all there is. 420! 420 minutes! Get high! Smoke some weed! Yeah, boy! Nothing else. After explaining something in some language I don't understand, Russian maybe? The person filming the video slowly turns the power on. And then... it's floating. It's floating. The silver triangle floats soundlessly into the air. Then it remains stationary. That's an anti-gravity device. boy! Smoke some of that! Don't be ridiculous. That would be the breakthrough of the century. It's called an ionocraft, so it probably has something to do with the electrodes and charged air. He doesn't sound as confident as she usually does. We look up information on the ionocraft lifter. Lots of sites have detailed instructions on how to make lifters, but I don't know how they work since the sites all give conflicting theories. CERN is using this lifter technology. It's a vital component of their time machine. If they can manipulate a microsingularity's mass and gravitational field, then these things really are anti-gravity devices. Well, under those exact conditions, I guess you might not be entirely wrong. Incredible! My curiosity is growing more by the second. But it looks like CERN's having trouble adjusting their lifter. They don't have full control over the microsingularity wave, so they can't make a true naked singularity. That must be the reason why the subjects turned into jellymen. Yusu nods. Since the singularity is so close, the subject is crushed by tremendous gravity. As a result, substance has become fractalized. Let's go with the hypothesis. Of course, there's no way to be sure that it's right. It might take months to prove. Yusu shrugs his shoulders and resignation. So CERN's lift are still incomplete. If Teeter's telling the truth, then CERN won't complete their time machine for another 24 years. If we can complete the phone wave, names which will change, first, then we'll have outwitted CERN. We don't have half the equipment or funding CERN does. Why do you think you can solve a problem that they can't? This isn't that simple. CERN still hasn't figured out how to set the subject's destination in time or space. That should be evident by how scattered the jellyman discoveries were. We don't even know if this is all of them. There could be jellymen buried in the ground and floating in space. Actually, I'm almost certain there are. There's no point traveling through time if you end up in tens of thousands of kilometers away from Earth. It's not practical at all. Teacher said he had a variable gravity lock system. He can use that to lock onto the Earth's gravity and ensure he arrives somewhere on the planet's surface. Teacher's explanation on that point was vague. What are you doing, Minnie? Cat! What are you doing? She's doing nothing. She's just scratching her cheek against the fucking hamper. I'm being an asshole. Hi. Hi. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Fine. He mentioned having such a device, but he didn't explain how it worked. But if you're only moving through time, won't you just arrive in the same location? Of course not. Why not? Because the Earth is always moving. Right. Rotation and revolution. I got mail! Ferris. Have you bought Phantasm's debut single, nya? It's the theme song for Rhinenet Kakaru, so it's really popular. Ferris bought 5 copies, nya. It's my duty as Rhinenetter. Anyway, there's an important ticket hidden in Phantasmal songs. The key to unlocking is, oops, the bell's ringing. Nya, looks like someone's here. Better see who it is. The fuck? Phantasm is the cat's meow. That band's Oculus. I feel strong resonance from her. Is this another part of the Operation Stupidify Humanity? Explain! Word secret. I'm aware they are said to contain directions to the sanctuary, as well as prophecies regarding the end of the world. Isn't that right? I'm just gonna go ahead and do this one. Anyway, back to what we're saying. What's going on, guys? Their rotational velocity is about 1,650 kilometers per hour. Its orbital velocity around the sun is about 114,000 kilometers per hour. Meaning 1 hour ago, we were that far away from where we are now. Whoa, what do you think about that? We're earth-shatteringly fast. And that's not all. Well, wait, there's more. The solar system is part of the Milky Way, and the Milky Way spins like a giant whirlpool. There are various theories, but basically the Earth moves about 1,500 kilometers a day. How can she roll all those numbers so smoothly off her tongue? I guess she's a genius, but it's hardly common knowledge. Has she been doing research on the topic? We've kind of gotten to a ludicrous scale. By the way, the Milky Way is part of a large cluster of galaxies, which is itself a part of an even larger supercluster. And these clusters and superclusters might be moving too. If that's the case, we're moving even more than 50 million kilometers a day. The point is that setting the destination will require insane calculations, even if you only want to travel 1 second into the past. Doing it by hand is impossible, and it might take years for a supercomputer to come up with a solution just to get you to the same location. Then we have no choice. We need to find Teeter and borrow his variable gravity system. Great idea, go for it! I wonder how CERN is dealing with this problem. After blowing me off, Kurisu goes back to reading CERN's documents. Dara and I aren't good with English, so there's nothing we can do but let her work. Ah! Sorry about that. Okay, let's use this time to read some tips. YouTube, a popular video sharing website. Which is basically, yeah, YouTube. We get it. Yeah, it's funny. Problem video. A CG mock-up of an LHC generating black hole swirling the Earth. When viral when it was uploaded to YouTube. Yeah, short for erotic game. Games with erotic content. Stock transformation scene. Henshin Bank. First, the transformation sequences in Henshin Hero and Ashiguro anime. Since stock transformation scenes are used in nearly every episode, their animation is done independently in advance. As a result, the production quality is often higher than that of the rest of the anime. Also known as the Event Horizon, also as the Schwarzschild surface. Schwarzschild surface. In a black hole, there exists a point beyond which even light can no longer escape. The black hole has immense gravity. This boundary is called the Event Horizon. Because light and other electromagnetic waves are responsible for conveying information, nothing that occurs within the event horizon can be observed from the outside. The center of a black hole is black because no light can escape from it. Naked singularity. A singularity is usually concealed by its event horizon, which renders observation impossible. A naked singularity is a singularity whose event horizon has been removed. It can therefore be observed and even traveled through. The existence of naked singularities is purely theoretical. Alright, we are going to... Let's see, how long have I been streaming? Just about an hour. I'm thinking for a moment. I was thinking of maybe like streaming something. I don't know. Streaming something else. I don't know what though. Let's see. I was thinking of doing maybe going back to Night in the Woods. What do you guys think? So like I'm all caught up on where I need to be in the Kinniku podcast, and I don't really want to go any farther today. I live in California. Of course, I could also play Okami. Or I could just stop for today. I don't know. Yeah, I'm a bit tired. I might want to take a little bit of a break before I get back into it. I'm just trying to think. Apologies for recurse, but I once had a dream that in a previous life I was in California. Ah. Well, I hope you enjoyed it. I'm looking through my games currently. Momodora, there's... You know what? I might... Alright, I'm gonna stop streaming this here. I might continue tomorrow, but I just want to have like a serious stop point for when I caught up with the Kinniku podcast. So yeah, we're just going to save here, and I will be back later. I'll look through my games, see what I can stream. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in a little bit, or maybe a lot of it, maybe in a while, maybe maybe an hour. Hopefully less than an hour. See you guys.